Hello, hello, and welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name's Jason Newland. This is Let Me Bore Your Pain Away. Pain away, pain away, pain away. So, this is for chronic pain only, not for acute pain. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes, and only listen when you have the cause or diagnosis of the chronic pain that you're experiencing. And only listen or watch this video with the permission of your medical specialist. Right. When I say only listen, this is for chronic pain, not for acute pain. Some people may not know the difference, so I'll explain that. Acute pain is generally when you don't know the cause of it. A pain for no reason, or sometimes it's an obvious reason. You break your leg, you got a pain. It's more than a pain, isn't it? Let's face it. So you need to get medical attention straight away. If you've... it's a really easy example of you don't want to be masking pain. You don't want to be covering up pain or taking or reducing pain if you don't know what's causing it, because it might, or very often it's a warning. It's warning you that you need medical attention. Something needs to be done. For example, appendicitis. If you've got pain in your stomach, I've had my appendix out, so I'm okay. Is it right or left side? I can't remember now. It's the right side, isn't it? I haven't seen... See, where the scar is, it's kind of under the belly, so I've not seen it for about 25 years. I've seen my belly, but just not underneath. I'm assuming all the stuff's still down there. I don't know. I've no idea. Wow. So, we're dealing with chronic pain only. Now, if you know the cause, then the question is, well, what use is it? Not what use is this recording, but what use is the chronic pain? What is it doing for you? And some people might say, what do you mean, what's it doing for me? What does any pain do for me? No, pain is very important. It's what keeps us alive. It's what keeps us safe. So, yeah, pain, without pain... Look at him moaning. What are you moaning about, Vinny? Why are you moaning? So yeah, it's important. As simple as that, really. Annoying. Horrible. Unpleasant, and all the other words. But it's important. But chronic pain, excuse me, chronic pain, what use is it? There's a point when we're kids riding bikes where we take the stabilizers off because we don't need them anymore, because we know we need to balance the bike. If you use... We have locks on doors. Before we had locks on doors and alarm systems, people would probably be at work, maybe concerned about whether or not someone's going in and out of their house. Now we have locks. We have sophisticated alarms. We have doorbell cameras. So you can be at home, you can be at work, you can be shopping and not really think about anyone going into your house, because you know that if it happened, you'd be aware of it. Just things like that. seemed like a good example. I'm not sure if it was, to be honest. So, in this recording, I'm going to focus on what chronic pain actually is. And this is according to the experts, not me. It used to be classed as a pain signal, but actually it's now classed as a danger signal. So it's a signal from your brain, or to your brain, that there's danger in that part of the body. So your brain sends a signal of pain so that you do something about it. Now, it's understandable with acute pain, isn't it? Like, you need to do something about it because, you know, suddenly, whatever it is, I say appendicitis, for example, or when I fell down the stairs a couple of years ago, tremendous pain in my back. I had 2 fractures. I needed to go to the hospital. You know, it's one of those things, you don't really have a choice. You need to get it sorted. Luckily, it wasn't too bad, but it's not to be ignored. Once I got out of the hospital, what use was that pain to me? What use was it? Some would say maybe, well, it was no use, but it was, to a degree. It was reminding me, I'm so glad that Vinny's here to make all this noise in the background. It reminded me to be careful. It reminded me to walk carefully, to sit down carefully, I couldn't pick anything up, couldn't really stretch or do anything much. You know, I had to walk, had to sit, had to do the normal things, but I had to be careful. And the pain reminded me of that and made sure of that. But when I was sitting down watching television, I didn't need the pain. Didn't need it. It was no use to me. So I could just let it go. It's just like what's, you know, if you've got a broken leg, and once you've got the leg put in a cast or whatever, you need to be reminded not to put weight on that leg for at least the first few weeks. I think eventually you can start putting weight, you know, to strengthen it. I'm not an expert or a doctor, so I don't know, but, you know, for a while you need to not put any weight on that leg because it needs to heal. So, you know, obviously if you put weight on it, it's going to be absolutely agony when it's just broken. But if you're not putting any weight on it, is there any need for it to hurt? Where's the danger? There's no danger there, is there? If you put weight on a broken leg that's just broken a few days ago, there is danger that you could cause damage to your leg. But sitting down watching telly with your leg up, I don't mean like too high up, but, you know, if it's too high up, it might just cause problems anyway. Might be in the way of the telly. Depending where the telly is, I suppose. But there's no danger. So you don't necessarily need, in fact I would argue you don't need that danger signal. So changing the word from pain signal to danger signal, and that's what the experts now are calling it. They're not saying chronic danger, they are still using the word pain, but it's a danger signal. And a warning, be careful. And we do need to listen to our bodies and need to listen to what's going on. Which is why mindfulness and being a bit more aware of how you feel is useful. Body scans and stuff like that, you know, relaxation stuff, that's quite useful. Which is I do a fair bit of that stuff myself in these recordings. I got a croaky voice. It's early in the morning. My voice is always a bit croaky in the morning. Very croaky. So, when you consider, it's called a danger signal, then you can start to actually make a judgment over or not, whether or not it's useful. Is that physical discomfort useful? Is it helping you in any way? Now, if you've got, let's say if someone's got a broken arm and they just insist on doing press-ups, then that danger signal is very helpful, very useful, because it allows them to be in agony so they don't do those press-ups. If they don't do press-ups and that person just doesn't use their arm for a while, for I don't know, 5-6 weeks, depending on what the doctor told them to do. I'm going like that now, but just a sort of broken arm and a sling or whatever. The bones will heal, but providing you're not doing anything dangerous to that bone, to that limb, then danger signals are not necessary. And I realise I'm going logical with this, and logic's not always the top way of humans thinking, but it kind of makes sense when you start to wrap your mind around the idea that a danger signal, when you actually look at it in that way, view it in that way, think about it in that way, that it's dangerous, danger, danger, danger. So when you're in bed, it's not dangerous, is it? When you're just sitting on a bus, your arm doesn't need, well, it's not in danger, is it? It doesn't need to be feeling any kinds of discomfort. It doesn't need to hurt at all. Of no use to you. So if you're watching, say someone's got a broken leg and they're watching TV, they've got a leg up, watching TV. What's that danger? What's it warning you against? Just be careful. So providing you're careful, and let's face it, if you were to put weight on it, you'd be in agony. So you're going to get that danger signal straight away. Don't need it when you're not using it. Now, chronic pain is a little bit different in the sense of, I think the standard thing is, after a certain period of healing, if the pain's still there, then it's no longer acute pain, it is chronic pain. You know, if the leg's healed up after 6 weeks and then 6 months later it's still hurting, that's not acute pain, that's chronic pain. And unless there's an actual injury or some kind of issue going on, then it's not useful. And if it is something like crumbling bones or arthritis or osteoarthritis or, something like that, which is causing the discomfort, then again, you just need to be careful again. But you don't need that danger signal to tell you to be careful, because you know. So it's not needed. So the question really is, can we discern between dangerous and non-dangerous? And I'd say yes. I can't speak for everyone, But I would say most people are intelligent enough to know the difference between something that's dangerous and something that's not dangerous. I mean, we can't always know, obviously, but with the simple things, if you got, I don't know, 10 lions running at you, or you've got 10 butterflies flying towards you. There's a difference between those two scenarios. I mean, someone might say, but I don't like butterflies. Yeah, the most you're going to get is feeling a bit uneasy, or maybe not feeling very well if you don't like butterflies. The lions may be a worse case scenario. The outcome might be a little bit more grisly, a little bit more, ooh. So one is definitely a dangerous situation, one is not. But then you can change it to, you got 10 lions, or without behind a cage. They're running at you, but they can't get to you, and you know they can't get to you. You're going to feel nervous, probably, a little bit. It's just, especially if it's the first time that you had some lions running at you. I mean, especially when they're behind that big glass, and it's like hard. I've been to zoos and stuff, and it makes a bit, it's just almost like, surely, how can something that size not get through a pane of glass? Just basically a window, it's a big window. But it's not. I mean, it's proper thick. They can't get through it. So there's a little bit of that nervousness, I think, when you first see a lion heading towards you, licking his lips. But the more you go, the more you realise, like, yeah. So that, even that slight little danger signal that you'll get in that situation diminishes to nothing, to almost like it's a joke. Like, come on then, big boy. Come on then, Aslam. Come on. Because, they can't get to you. I mean, I don't stand there with my boxing gloves on and come on, dancing around. I'm trying to think, what's the name of the lion from The Lion King? Come on, Lion King, man. Boo. No, I don't do that. I haven't been to a zoo for about 20 years. Actually, no, that's a lie. Probably about 10 years. No, that's a lie as well. The last time I went to the zoo was 2015 in November. Blimey. It's ridiculous. It's nearly 10 years. Absolutely ridiculous. Or was it 17? It's a while ago anyway. I was a little bit younger back then. Most things happened when I was younger. So I was just thinking about that in that concept. Safety versus danger. So what's really dangerous? If it's not dangerous, then it's safe. It can't be both. It's one or the other. And I think with dangerous, it has to be a bit more than just mildly. It has to be dangerous is danger. It's quite a big thing. Safe spans a much wider area, I believe. If a tap is hot, a hot tap, if the water coming out is hot, then generally you can't put your hand under it. But with cold water, it can be various different degrees of cold before it gets too uncomfortable to put your hand under. It's like, So, safe versus dangerous, or danger versus safe. So if you think of that part of your body, and I want to think of my back, my lower back. That's where I had my arthritis. And thinking about that as a danger signal. What's dangerous about it? It's not warning me about anything, really. It's just, what's it doing? Okay, I need to... The only thing I really need to do is be a little bit careful. There's certain things that I'm a little bit limited to doing, but probably the most thing I need to do is exercise, and to try and keep it looser and to keep it strong. So I do exercises that the physiotherapist taught me. But outside of that, what use is it? What use is the danger signals? Because it's not a dangerous situation. If my lower back kept turning into a grisly monster and jumping off and eating people, jumping out of my back and running around eating cars, then yeah, that's a dangerous situation. I need to be careful. But it doesn't do that. My lower back does not eat cars. It's a weird visual, isn't it? So is my lower back, is that area, is that safe? Or is it danger? It's safe. How could it not be? In the same way as, as a kid, generally, once you stop using stabilizers on your bike, you don't need them. Although they are quite handy for parking your bike. Your bike never falls down, does it? And I'd have kept stabilizers on forever. So maybe that's not a good example, but that's just me, laziness. And I wish I had wheels on the bottom of my feet. Very lazy. So, danger versus safety. So when you think about the part of your body, think about a part of your body that maybe before you started listening to this and got bored with me rambling on and on and on and on about stuff that maybe didn't all make sense. And you think, okay, let's focus on that part of the body. You know the cause of the feeling. And you know that there's nothing necessarily maybe that you can do about it. Maybe taking painkillers or whatever. So if there's nothing you can do about it, necessarily, maybe you can do physiotherapy, maybe having rests, having breaks, having naps, just physically being careful, looking after yourself, maybe diet, maybe exercise, meditation. There's all kinds of things that can help with your mind and your body. But ultimately, is that part of your body, and this is from a logical perspective, okay? Not emotional, logical. Is it safe? Is it safe? Is that a danger signal or a safety signal? It's a danger signal you're having, but a safety signal, there would be nothing. There would just be, it's fine. Nothing to see here. And you wouldn't need any of that discomfort anymore in that part of your body. When you remember that it's safe, that part of your body is safe. And I've probably spent way too much time just trying to get to the point. And the point is that once you realize that that part of your body is safe, because it's not going to wander off, is it? It's in your body. So the rest of your body is looking after that part. Your brain, your mind, your head, your legs, your arms, it's all connected, so they're all looking after that part. The same blood flow goes through that part as every other part. The same oxygen in the blood goes through. The same genes, the same atoms, the same everything. You know, your same DNA. So that part is not separate. Like my little finger, it's not separate. Okay, it feels separate sometimes, especially when it starts wiggling like a little worm. But it's connected to my knee, it's connected to my ears, it's connected to my feet, to my mouth. It's all connected. So, and you think about it, the way we are in society, if you think about that, this is going to be a different way to think about it. If you think about that part of your body as a little baby, right? Needs loving, needs caring, needs protection. So the rest of the body is a family. Uncles, aunts, parents, sisters, brothers, cousins, maybe teachers, maybe, people that are responsible and caring and look out for you. Uncles, grandparents, looking out for that baby, so that baby feels safe. Because the baby, that part of your body, as a baby, is not on its own. It's not left alone. It's actually always got the whole family with it. You're always with yourself. It's not like, one of your parents has gone to work, or so the baby's just with one parent, or maybe with the grandparents because both parents are at work. This is literally, a baby's got the entire family caring for it all the time, 24 hours a day, catering for every single need, providing oxygen, providing blood, providing nutrients, providing food, providing laughter, providing love, caring, health, providing safety. So how does that feel when you think about it in that way? That actually your whole body is the most caring family there ever could be. Every part of you is caring for that other part of you. All looking after each other. But specifically that part, because it's a baby. It needs extra attention, extra loving. And as you know, the more love you give someone else, the more love you feel back for yourself. The more you give, and you get it back. Kindness, you get the kindness back. You feel, you think kind things towards someone, you feel good. So imagine how the rest of the body will feel giving so much love towards that one part of the body, or maybe a few different parts of the body, depending on what your situation is. And it's never ending, because it never runs out. That safety never runs out. It's endless. It lasts as long as we do. So when you realize that that part of your body is protected, is safe, there is no danger there. Regardless of what the situation is, what the cause was of that physical feeling that you were getting before. You're safe. That part of your body's safe because it's protected. It's covered. It's completely sheltered from everything else. Kept safe at all times. 24 hours a day. Loved, nurtured. And the weird thing about it, as you know, with a baby, babies grow and they almost assimilate the people they're around into them, into their personality. They start talking the same way as those people around them, same physical mannerisms, maybe the same food tastes, maybe the same belief systems. Maybe they talk the same, like same characteristics. They talk, maybe they're possibly going to look the same as well, going to look very similar. Walk the same. Perhaps have the similar interests. So in that sense, you think that part, which is the baby, would start to integrate the feeling of calmness, and when most of the other parts of your body are feeling fine, it starts to integrate those feelings of feeling safe, just as the other parts of your body do. And if there is more than one part, that then starts to spread. That feeling of safety starts to spread to the other parts. When you realize that each part is a baby being looked after by the whole family, which is your body. A safe, kind, loving family that's only purpose is to protect you and keep you safe. And it does that job 1000% of the time. I'm not sure if 1000% is better than 100%. I think 100% is about all you can go, isn't it? It's as high as you can go. But let's not split hairs. You know, how do you split a hair? You can split an atom, but how do you split a hair? It's a weird saying, isn't it? Not only to split hairs. Well, first of all, it's going to take me about an hour to find a hair. So there's one or two on there. But anyway, it's probably not relevant. Feeling safe. Realizing that actually that part of your body feels safe. And you can test it yourself just by focusing on that part of your body that we've been really talking about, I guess. It's going to be a different part for each person. And maybe more than one part. It might just be worth focusing on one to start with. But just notice how different it feels now that you realize that it's safe. That part of your body is safe and protected. How does that feel? Knowing that. Like really knowing it. Not just like, okay, it's safe then. Like, no, it's safe. It's protected. I mean, this is factual stuff. This isn't like, oh, we just imagine the body is like a family. No, the body is looking after each other part. It's all happening. You know, everything's looking after each other. Your body's one. It's not separate from each other. Your eyes are not separate from your toes. They're connected. And they're not right next to each other unless you're very short, I suppose. But it's all connected. Everything's connected. So just think about that part of your body and you can decide, is it safe? And what does it feel like now you realize that it's safe? Don't make me, I'm not trying to convince you, just trying to let you not even choose, because it's not a choice, it's just realizing the truth. It's not about pretending. I'm going to pretend it's safe. No, because it is safe. And it feels different. It's also relaxing for the rest of the body. This is my personal experience. Because as I'm talking about this, I'm noticing. So I'm trying to focus on my lower back. And what's really coming up is how relaxed my upper back is. My lower back doesn't even seem to want any attention. It's like, what are you focusing on me for? Why do you keep staring at me? Just noticing my hands feeling relaxed and my face very calm. So relaxed. It's just when I thought I couldn't get even more good looking. Very relaxed face. My voice feels more relaxed than it did when I started this recording. Yeah, it's nice. My arms, legs, feet, toes. Everything feels calm. I like that feeling, I do. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, when I started this recording, I was going to maybe do some kind of affirmations where I just focus on the part of your body and just keep saying, I'm safe, or you are safe. But I realised that that's maybe not necessary. Maybe it could be useful to do a recording like that. But when we start to deal with facts and reality instead of opinions and stuff like that, I kind of get a sense that it just makes things easier, more practical, more simple, when actually this is just reality. That part of your body or those parts of your body are actually safe. And you can feel calm and comfortable, and positivity in your mind would definitely start to rise when you begin to perhaps become aware of how beneficial this can be for you as you move forward with your life, moving away from those old times, knowing that certain things have now changed for the better, and those old ideas that you used to cling hold of have now just dropped to the floor and been blown away by the wind. Maybe they've fallen down a drain, unable to get them back. just the freshness of it, the newness of it. It's weird, I'm thinking about it, and it's almost like a cleanly painted, decorated door. I don't know why that is, but it just looks nice. Nice and clean and fresh. None of those cobwebs or stains that were on there before. In fact, I can see it's a new door. Not just nicely decorated, it's a new door. The old door's gone. No longer needed. No longer necessary. Changed to a new door. A new way of thinking. A new way of being. A new way of experiencing safety, safely. Now, I'm going to safely end this recording. Let me know how you get on, please. Maybe post a comment on YouTube. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please remember to be kind to yourself, because you deserve to be happy. And you deserve to be safe, to feel safe. Lots of love.